Hey, this is Notser, and this is the user replay of the week. Wales is in the Tier 10 Soviet cruiser Moskva on the map North. If you have a user replay you would like to submit, please submit it to notserreplay@gmail.com. Please have the replay file, in-score screenshots, 1 to 2 sentence summary, and please include the ship name in the title of the email. If you can't produce an amazing game, maybe you can produce an amazing moment. All you have to include is the timestamp in the email alongside all the other things that I require. I really appreciate everyone's support. If your email was not selected, maybe it will be selected next week. This week, I have received probably 3 to 5 Moskva requests, and I can't fulfill it on my own. I don't have the ship yet. I'm working my way up. I'm about Tier 7, and I could post Shores games all day. The variety would suffer, and I don't want it to suffer. So the next best thing is to find someone who has the ship and share the game. Hopefully you enjoy this game. It's interesting. Yeah, that's the word, right? We'll see how it goes. But for now, Wales is headed out west. And for those who don't, maybe they're not familiar with the Moskva, it is the Tier 10 Soviet cruiser. It has 9 220mm guns, and it does a lot of damage at long range. Now, its detectability is absolute garbage. It has to have one of the worst detectabilities in the game, period. Not just among cruisers. We're talking period. So that limits your options. You're not going to sneak anywhere in this ship. It doesn't have torpedoes, so you have to be good with your guns. And you have to be able to load AP and recognize when the enemy is showing their side. Load HE when they're not. Burn them down. Do whatever. You got to kill them at long range. Now, I'm not sure that this replay occurred on the most recent patch, but what I do know is we get to benefit from the minimap either way. Just look at the detectability of the ship when he's in fire mode. It goes up to like 22.3. Absolutely insane. I just can't even imagine trying to hide this ship. The rate of fire is extreme, so this is going to be one of those ships where you are detected all the time. You need to play accordingly. Now, he's firing on battleships and cruisers that are broadside, not doing a lot of damage. He's doing a little bit of damage, and a little bit means a lot as well. Now, Wales is using HE, and we spot out an enemy Udaloy. This ship is designed to kill enemy destroyers. It's not an ideal range, though, and he's going to try. And honestly, I know this ship, just look at it. He's at like 14 or 15 kilometers, and it takes the shell like 5 seconds to get there. That is extremely fast. You look at mid-tier, low-tier, even high-tier ships, they can't compete with this speed. So it is easier, theoretically, to hit targets that are moving. However, it's not as easy as you would like, and it looks like this enemy North Carolina might be firing on his position. He's changing his angle. He's trying to avoid it, and he is successful in avoiding the enemy firing. And he's able to return fire and do a little bit of damage. He did probably 3,000. And 3,000 is pretty good. You got an extreme rate of fire, right? 10 seconds. This ship really does perform very well in the right hands. But so far, none of the enemy want to push the flank. He has HE loaded. He gets a fire on the Iowa. It's only one fire, so hopefully he'll allow it to burn. Now, there's something interesting going on the minimap. You notice how the ring doesn't expand out. I'm curious if a player can recognize, oh no, wait, let's stop that train of thought right now. There are torpedoes incoming, and Wales, what are you doing? It looks like he's like slowing down to 3-4 speed. Go full speed. Maybe he thought like he could stop, but no. He actually did the worst thing possible. He slowed down so he would take them all. Wales, I bet you could have sped through and not taken a single torpedo. And he's got to use his heal. He's 50% life, but it's not like he was close anyway. He's firing near max range. he's the last target that anyone's going to engage. Right now, at least. We'll see later. There's a couple tells, though, that I was about to talk about. On the minimap, whenever you are behind an island, the ship detectability does not bloom, even though you know you have confirmed that you fired your gun. So, does that mean that if a ship did not spot you firing, it will not bloom the ship detection at all? Basically, you're immune to that enlargement circle. Or is it a product of enemy ships not being within detectability, so it's not telling you that you have bloomed your detection? And my train of thought there is, maybe, since it's not telling you that you've bloomed up, that is something that a player could infer if they don't have situation awareness, and I don't know why they wouldn't, but a player could infer there's nobody within range. Since I fired and I didn't see it bloom out, there's nobody who have spotted me. So I think it's the first one. I think that when you're firing your gun, there is some sort of mechanic where a player is reporting your position to others, and because it's extending your range, it is negatively impacting the detectability of the ship. But when you're firing behind an island, and if it's immediately after the island, then the detection goes down rapidly. That's my interpretation of what I'm seeing. Now, of course, this is north, and if you haven't recognized it already, here's a trick. If you start out north, and it's clear as day, that game will have the crazy storm incoming. So he's going to have to deal... Oh, wait! Enemy Fubuki has pulled a Notser. He ran into an island. He's trying to fire on his guns. Notser. He's trying to fire his guns on the enemy. Oh, wow! There's a Fletcher even closer. They should be both aware of what's going on. wha2les is very neutral, only using his front guns. The Fletcher guns look to be turning towards wha2les, and yes, they are. He hasn't fired his guns, so that tells me he would like to send torpedoes. wha2les, you need to kill this guy. Now, wha2les has radar, and he popped it, which is great. The smoke will not be useful at all. And is he going to burn down? Yes, he is. No, he kills him with close quarter. Wow, okay, well, that works out too. That works out too. Now, earlier on, I could have sworn that wha2les popped his radar. And that was an example of using your radar without confirming this is an enemy in the area, and honestly wasting the cooldown. It's taken, what, half the map time right now? So 5 minutes, 4 minutes to get it back. Thankfully, he had it to engage the Fletcher, but early on, that was a complete waste of the radar. I'm sure he would say, I wasted that radar. I couldn't be as aggressive trying to find out the destroyers. You gotta know that they're in the area. You really need to know that they are going to be detected, because you only get 3, maybe a 4th time, if you're really lucky, to use that skill. It looks like he got just a touch of damage on the enemy wha2les. I think that was the wha2les, but it was an enemy destroyer. He's got an enemy Ibuki. The Ibuki's within 12.5 kilometers. He's right behind an island. wha2les would love to kill him, and you can hear already the game is telling us we're going into the lower vision mode on north. And you need to get as many kills as you possibly can, because your vision's going to decay rapidly. Come on, wha2les, get the Ibuki. Don't let him get away. There's an enemy destroyer also that's within 15 kilometers. I think it's like 11 kilometers out right now. You can also engage that pretty well. He's got AP loaded. Unfortunately, the Ibuki is playing this correctly. He has good angling. He should switch to HE, honestly. The angling is just too sharp for the AP to penetrate effectively. He probably would have killed this guy already with HE. It does nearly 3,000. It's not a Japanese HE shot, but it's much better than the AP damage he's doing right now. And someone got a broadside. Someone did like 6 or 7K in a short amount of time. And the enemy gearing shows up. it looks like Wales might be... No, I don't think Wales is not using the foliage. He clearly tried to look over it. And he's got HE loaded now. He does 6k. Nice. Come on, you gotta kill him, Wales, before you lose vision. You can see it on the mini-map. It's shrinking right now. Kill him before he gets away. This gearing is gonna be annoying because he can send torpedoes and go back to the edge of vision. Come on, Wales, you can get him. Get him before he hides. There's probably 10 seconds, 15 seconds left before he disappears. He's trying to make a run for it, it looks like. Oh, nice. 5,600 points of damage. One good salvo and he's dead. Don't let him get away, Wales. He almost ran into a North Carolina. Oh, he missed with that shot. This is on the border. Yep, he's gone. Dang it. Dang it, Wales. We could have had him. Nice try either way. Hopefully he comes back. And now it's basically point blank range. I don't know if the Moskva is at an advantage, but if a target has just the right angling, he can ambush and do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. Plus, he has radar. So those destroyers are going to be within range that it's pretty easy to engage. I would say it is very easy to engage within 10 kilometers an enemy destroyer. Ooh, an enemy Iowa. Okay, well, that's not what we wanted to see. However, the Iowa is coming back in to an area with 1, 2, 3, 4 friendly ships against this Iowa, and he's looking forward. He's looking at an enemy battleship to Wales's port side. Wales unloads the last of the HE. He did a quick check. It looked like the gearing was killed the second he was spotted, which is good. Wales, using AP, is looking for that waterline. He's setting it up, and he fires. Oh, man, that's nice. He did 17,000 points of damage, 4 citadels. Probably would have done a ton more. And an enemy Zhao's like, crap. I was here to support my friend, and you killed him. Man, Wales, you should be more proactive with your ammo. Now, of course, it looks like the Zhao is moving into a broadside, and AP is perfect for this because he's greedy. He wants to use his torpedoes. But for the Zhao, you got to kind of get the butt all the way around. He gets a close quarter kill again. He got so lucky there. I think the North Carolina got the enemy to, or the Tirpitz, got the enemy to something like 12 hit points. And just one random secondary takes him out. And yeah, did you see the torpedoes? He sent them towards the friendly battleship on Wales's team. Unsuccessful though. So, Wales's team has been doing a pretty good job. They've brought this back. It looked like a loss. But now it certainly isn't a loss. They have a real chance to win this game. They just need to find and destroy the enemy ships. Wales is very low. He only has 1 health though. So he's going to have to make it count. Now, of course, as a player, I can't be critical of anyone. There are so many mistakes I make every single game. Oh, interesting. Let's not talk about how bad I am. Let's talk about what happens to be in Wales's base. And it looks like it's an enemy destroyer. It's an wha2les. Interesting. Well, Wales is made to kill this thing. And he's using his guns effectively. Wales, you should switch to HE. It's better. It just is. He gets Confederate. And yeah, there we go, Wales. Good, good. Maybe he was waiting to use all 3 gun turrets and then switch. That makes sense. Oh, the wha2les, he sent out torpedoes. The torpedoes are surprisingly effective. And yeah, oh man, he smacks a lot of damage on the Tirpitz. But Wales returns fire. He gets 3k. One more good salvo should take this guy out. And I don't know, will this put his team over? Oh, wow, that dispersion. Yeah, kind of pulled the shot, though. Kind of pulled the shot, Wales. I think he's got him this time. I think he's got him. He tried to run and hide. He could not survive. Wales is able to successfully take out that enemy destroyer. And he's got a escort of 2 battleships. So it's pretty nice. And their team is up right now. I don't know what is going on in the north. I'm hoping that Wales's battleship in the north can take that guy, but Who knows, right? Who knows? So, oh, whales just killed an enemy aircraft. I wonder if that means there's a battleship or a cruiser close by. There is! There is a cruiser close by. It's an enemy Mogami. This is the Tier 8 Japanese cruiser. And what gun system? Oh, he's using the 155mm guns. Okay, so his turret traverse is garbage, but his killing potential when those guns are on target is extremely high. If he has to turn at all, it's a disadvantage to him. wha2les is unloading the AP, and it's not doing enough damage, wha2les. Go to HE, just kill him. He only has 3k. Oh man, he sent torpedoes. The Turpids, he takes 2. He's dead. wha2les is able to avoid it. He's trying to fire that AP. Man, you gotta use the right ammo type. And I'm sure wha2les is just, yeah, I know. But you really do. Just look how ineffective AP is with an angled target. What? wha2les just got another close quarter expert. He has 3 close quarter experts, and he just earned Kraken Unleashed. You're not running some manual secondary build, right? This is just fluke, right, wha2les? Either way, they still have a chance. They're only down by 10. There's an enemy battleship and there's an enemy destroyer. It looks like it could have been mutual destruction up in the north, which honestly is probably the best outcome. I doubt that the team was going to succeed there. The friendly was going to live. It's just way too far north. Ooh, okay. Oh, no. It's a North Carolina. He's full life. Unfortunately, he's not using the upgraded hull. And since he's full life, that tells me that he's a passive player. He's not comfortable with the North Carolina. This is all me just reading into what I see. And you might argue, oh no, that doesn't mean anything. Well, if you try and play with your default hull, that means you've played with a very low amount, less than 10, right, in the ship. And most people need time to acclimate to the tendencies of that ship. Now, wha2les is very low. He could easily die to any shot by the North Carolina. But the North Carolina has not proven that he can hit those shots yet. wha2les, you gotta use more than just AP. And you see that? You see that? His friendly hits him in the back. Who needs enemies when you have friends like this, right? It doesn't look like it does a lot of damage, though. And it could just be secondaries going off. Oh, man. More hits from the back. Ooh, nice. High caliber, 9500, AP at the waterline. This is what we're talking about. You should be able to do a lot of damage, my friend. 97. Nice. Oh, okay. Well, this is a predicament. The enemy North Carolina clearly wants to kill either wha2les or, yep, wha2les. He's firing on wha2les. Now, staying at his rear is good because that only means one gun can fire on him. And maybe wha2les is trying to take out his gun, but he really needs to try and go for the superstructure and not the gun turret itself. His friend in the background is doing something. Don't know. There's torpedoes in the water. Oh, friend is dead. Okay, well, he died to torpedoes. Come on, wha2les. Of course, close quarter. He kills off the enemy battleship with his secondary guns. And now it's on to the enemy destroyer. Unfortunately, wha2les only has 1,154 hit points left. All right, wha2les. Your health points should be very close. Even if he's a destroyer, he can only get to like 15, 20,000. He's detected. All right, wha2les. Really, wha2les? This is 5.6. You can see him on the minimap. Last known position. And now he's actually there on the minimap. wha2les. He's on the western side of the map. He's just west of you. Oh, man. wha2les, you got to angle. You got to angle. Get a shot with your guns. Take this guy out. You can totally do it. Come on, wha2les. Get him. Get him. wha2les has to be the sickest man alive. Absolutely had it. Had an opportunity to win that game and just couldn't deliver. Now, he did a fantastic job. A marvelous job. Look at this game. He earned Confederate, 4 close quarter expert medals, Kraken Unleashed, high caliber, 6 kills, 12 fires, 4 citadels, 160,000 points of damage, over 800,000 credits earned in a loss. He had a chance to win the game, and it just didn't come together. He did 1,901 base XP in a loss, outscored the enemy team. He probably would have gotten close to 2,500 in a win. This game, everyone's dead except for that one Fubuki. And good job, RPG Fire, sticking it out and winning that game for your team. So this is how the damage was broken out. 126,000 from main battery, 11,000 from secondary battery, which is impressive in itself, and 23,000 from fires. He was able to do quite a lot for his team, but just not enough. Felt just a little bit too short, and this is a great example of having more mini-map awareness. It is vitally important. It really is the difference between getting the first shot on an enemy and in a scenario where you are basically dead, you need that first shot. So always be looking at that mini-map. It's just like keeping your head on the swivel. In this case, keep an eye on the mini-map. He would have found the target much quicker. He probably would have fired that salvo 2 or 3 seconds earlier, and just look how close he came. It probably would have killed him because the target was so low. Either way, wha2les, thank you for sharing with everyone. I really appreciate seeing the Moskva. I'm working my way. I hope you enjoyed this game. I picked it because it was the Moskva, and I also picked it because I saw the ending and I was like, oh man. This is one of those games that you'll remember for a long time. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.